Okay, well, the floor is yours. 10 minutes, okay? I will cut you off if you...
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. We are Team Kappa, and today I would like to introduce you to maxxmakers.
So, have you ever felt that shopping is too time-consuming, overwhelming, as well as many times ineffective? Well, we have come up with the idea of maxxmakers. They are professional fashion stylists who have gone through rigorous training and have filled out extensive assessments to be able to reach their expertise in their field. And they take a fully hands-on approach to give you a complete image assessment, as well as wardrobe consultation of every day to special occasions, and make your shopping worthwhile. They are the liaison between fashion and the customer, as well as convenience. With the service, you will be ensured to receive top expert service, top brand deals, as well as unparalleled convenience fitted to your budget. When customers are setting up the appointment with their maxxmakers, they will be asked about their style, their preferences, budget, as well as their goals in their shopping experience. By the end of a 3-year period, we'll be expecting a $450,000 return in revenue.
For our test market, we chose Manhattan, as this is a currently trending service in the area. We'll be taking the 3 stores we have there and implementing our service there. Our projected target market, we narrowed down from women in general who would be most interested in our service to middle upper class women who would afford our products in store. We believe there'll be many benefits for the customer of our service. The convenience of having a personal shopper go around with you will appeal to women with limited time. There'll be less confusion, as you don't have to go through racks to find what you're looking for. The idea of having a professional fashion stylist pick out your clothing will give people more confidence in the clothing they have, making it more likely for them to buy it. With the increase in foot traffic and expansion of our customer base, we'll have a revenue increase of over $450,000 by year 3. We'll also be increasing our brand image, as we'll be equivalent to high-end stores who offer this service. We'll also have an increase in customer service, which will increase our customer loyalty of those who already shop in our stores.
So we conducted a SWOT analysis, and some of our strengths are that we have professional stylists to assist you, so customers who don't usually know what to pick or don't know what looks good in them have a professional assistant to assist them. Another strength is that it's completely free for everyone, so our customers won't have to pay an extra cent to get the service. Another strength is that our professional stylists are AICI, FCI certified, meaning they know what's trending, they know what's in style, and they know what looks good on you. For some of our weaknesses, this service changes the treasure hunt experience that TJ Maxx customers are used to. Another weakness is that it increases cost with no direct increase in revenue. Because the service is free, we won't be making money from the service directly, but we hope to be getting an increase in customers in the store. Lastly, the last weakness is that we will have high advertising costs for this service.
maxxmakers is an opportunity for TJ Maxx to increase its global consumer base. Its international market share, as well as its market penetration, will increase as TJ Maxx expands its number of stores across various countries. There will be, with the incorporation of this idea, TJ Maxx will experience a higher frequency of purchases by the already existing customers, as well as expand its target market. There is also a possibility of the expansion of its e-commerce, since these maxxmakers are appointed through either over the phone or on TJ Maxx's website, and this is a good a change because it will mean long-term positive impact on its entity. Some of the threats that we identified for this project is one, that there will be a growth of similar counterfeit competitors such as J.Crew, who already have implemented this service, and they may jeopardize the success of our projects. There are also expensive brand advertisement costs that are incurred, and all these costs may also affect the profitability as well as the break-even of our projects. And lastly, as fashion trends change, our fashion stylists will need to be able to adapt very quickly, and they will to be able to do this, they will need to conduct market research, which are expensive, as well as testing, as well as market examination to be able to adapt to the latest desires of customers in the fashion world.
Okay, so when we were considering our finances, we knew for sure that we wouldn't need any new capital being additional shelves or expansions to stores, which are usually necessary in the implementation of new products and services. Other highlights of our finances are that we won't need financing after year 3, by which point we will have made about total revenue of $450,000. So we found the revenue of each store by going to the TJX annual report, finding the total revenue for TJ Maxx, dividing it by the number of TJ Maxx stores, and it turned out to be about $8.5 million. Our estimates an increase in revenue are going to be about 0.25% year 1, 0.5% year 2, and 1% in year 3. These are just estimates and they can be readjusted after the test runs. And again, our total estimated revenue will be about $450,000. For cash payments, we have the salaries of the owners, which are everyone in the team, plus the maxxmakers. The salary of the maxxmaker was calculated by taking the $14 per hour times 40 hours per week by 50 weeks per year. Other costs include insurance, professional, advertising, and even miscellaneous to take into account the unexpected. For financing, we will need financing for years 1 and 2. We will finance this with the $100,000 of owner's equity. And year 1, we will need an extra private loan because we have additional costs. But by year 3, we will not need any financing. We can begin our payback period and we will have positive profits. For operations, as stated, we will begin in the 3 Manhattan stores. The maxxmakers will have more responsibilities. They'll have more responsibilities than the average sales associate, but less than the general store manager. And as stated during the finance section, we won't need any new capital. For advertising, we plan to use in-store print ads because this will reach the majority of our target market. We will also use the free modes of advertisement such as social media and email. This is because since this is a test, we want to keep our costs low and stay on budget.
Okay, so we have identified 3 major competitors to maxxmakers in the Manhattan area for personal shopping experience. These competitors are Macy's, J.Crew, and Nordstrom. Macy's competitive advantage in the market is that they offer sales promotion and promotional offers through the personal shopping experience to the consumer. At the moment, maxxmakers does not want to incorporate this ideal, as TJX values state that they are not into discounts or coupons as far as their brand reputation. J.Crew is another competitor who has 2 main edges that help them compete in the market. One is that they are open 24/7 to the consumer and can actually have the ability to open the store for the consumer at their convenience. Another competitive advantage is that they offer free online and telephone services with the orders. maxxmakers right now is strictly in store. However, future implications look to incorporate e-commerce, as well as you can also make appointments online or through the telephone. Nordstrom is very competitive in the market and is one of our main competitors, and this is due to the fact that they offer various different appointment options which fit to the consumer preferences. Example of this would be maybe a partial wardrobe update that takes 30 minutes or a full wardrobe update that can take up to 2 hours. Additional competitors include individual personal shoppers in the Manhattan area. In the end, maxxmakers offers a similar service to the competitors in the market. However, we look to create a competitive advantage by incorporating the off-price tools of TJX, while also incorporating TJX values of brand, fashion, quality, and price. As far as human resources, we have identified 4 key points to our human resources for maxxmakers. The major one is that the relationship between the maxxmaker and the inventory manager is key. We hope to create a weekly meeting with the inventory manager and the maxxmaker to ensure that they have complete knowledge of the high stock turnover of the TJ Maxx stores. Also, maxxmakers will be ranked higher than sales associates, however lower than general managers. This is due to the fact that maxxmakers have similar responsibilities to sales associates. However, they are very expertise in their field and all things TJX. Upon recruitment, potential employees for maxxmakers have to meet the following credentials, which are they must be interpersonal, very interpersonal. They must have keen interest in fashion and trends. They must be AICI FLC certified, and they also must be available for a 9-hour workday. In addition, fashionable education is also will help them with recruitment. Finally, maxxmakers will be paid a wage of $14 an hour without commission. Now, this is above competitor pricing besides Nordstrom. However, the reason we chose to pay them without commission is because due to our market research, we found that consumers with personal shoppers that have been paid with commission are actually feel more pressure to buy at the end of the service. Now, we wish to incorporate the TJX values of a high customer satisfaction, and so we want our customers to feel comfortable in their purchases, so we don't wish to pressure them. Are there any questions?
Okay, nice job. So the personal shoppers are, how many do you have per store? I mean,
We're looking to do about 5.
5, and then
Yeah, and there's 3
alternate
stores.
shifts and everything to cover the,
Yeah, just because we want to be accessible for walk-ins as well.
okay.
Yeah,
So I'm sorry, 5
5 per store,
actually in the store at all times, or,
like available.
okay.
Per store, yeah.
So how many people do you have total
Yeah.
employees?
It'll be 5 per store, but they're gonna run on like sort of a shift sort of basis, so it'll be 1 in store at a time.
Oh, okay.
And then, so that's how we calculated the finances. So it's like 1 salary, but then it's broken up between the people who like take the shifts.
Okay,
Because
so
since it's only a
$14 an hour
test,
times the $70-something
Yeah.
the store is open.
because we, since it's only a test, we don't wanna like exceed our cost.
Okay, cool. It's free, but yet there's revenue. So you're talking about the revenue that the incremental revenue the store is going to be able to gain by making the sale?
Yeah.
Indirect from increase in foot traffic.
And that revenue then will fund the expenses of the program?
Right.
Right. Can you put the financial sheet up?
Costs are-
It's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, so, okay, so you've got the revenue of the program, so explain how it goes up 4-fold in 3 years? You know, the 25 quarter,
Okay.
1.5, 1.
We were estimating because as the program gets older, it'll become more popular and so more people will use it. So these are just estimates there's a small estimate as to like the increase in revenue. It'll be readjusted if we like get the test done and then we can like actually calculate it. These are estimates.
Okay, and then flip the next page.
Okay.
And so this is all the salaries of Matchmaker 1, 2, and 3 is,
As in like stores 1, 2, and 3 because they're 3 stores in Manhattan.
and $14 an hour times 70 hours a week. Times
40 hours.
40 hours? Stores open more than 40 hours a week.
Mhm.
So and
It's
the person's only going to be there certain times? Rather than, okay, not there all the time the store's open. Shouldn't you have the cost of goods in there someplace?
As far as the materials needed for the
The
maxxmakers.
dresses, the pants, the stuff that you're selling.
Well, as pertaining to our service, I mean, we one of the things we said was that there's no needed capital because we're just bringing these
Okay.
people, so all there is the wages that we have to account for. But as far as bringing in new materials, that's all part of still the TJ Maxx thing. We're keeping the same amount of clothes coming
Right.
in. It's just they pick it out for the people. Yeah.
Okay. And you talked about your inventory manager meeting. Is that
Yes.
one of your people?
No, that's an existing.
That's the
inventory
planner
manager.
that sits in Framingham that decides to put the stuff into the store. That's the person.
No, the actual inventory manager. There's someone in TJ Maxx stores that like overlooks the inventory and the levels of it because they have a high stock turnover, so they need it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Interestingly, bizarrely, I mean, I know this, that actually happens in Framingham, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Someone looks at reports and says, "Oh, ship more stuff to Manhattan." There's nobody. They don't make any decisions in the stores. The stores are pretty dull.
But like as the new stuff comes in, then when they're getting like taken out of the box and stuff, whoever's taking them out of the box, they can just meet with the maxxmakers.
Yeah,
and
you
then
could do
they
that and
know
say, okay, this is what
what's
came in new. Let's focus on
Exactly.
pitching the new.
Exactly.
That's what-
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot.